just finished the campaign on hard mode for Ace Combat 7, and when I finished it, I already completed it. If I continue, it's gonna say mission 20 or 21. Forgot which one's the last. Let me check for mission. Yeah. So this is the hardest difficulty. Like once you complete hard mode, the difficulty hard mode, you get Ace difficulty, and the description is the hardest difficulty level designed for true aces. Which, after I finish doing this thing, I'm gonna like do Ace myself and see how it goes. And when I was trying to finish it, the last mission, I failed so many times on hard mode, and it drove me nuts. But oh well. So I haven't completed this because I didn't realize that these could be special, but these are different aces. I just got the Su-57 not too long ago for my hard mode campaign. I think I got this one when I was in normal, easy, or casual, easy, as well as these two. Alright, let's do the campaign. Yes. I'm gonna put it on the difficulty cannot be changed partway through. Okay. That's good. I'm gonna put it on easy because I'm not gonna do hard and I don't feel like doing normal.
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot.
I'm gonna not talk. I'm gonna let this keep going through so this
When I
brings some
close my
more.
eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked.
It's called a
That's how we
boneyard,
got the parts to
basically,
build
for
our own
aircraft.
plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills, and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful.
The plane that was shown is the F-104 Starfighter, I think is what the name is. And that's like...
Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up.
And I think that was like the E model, I guess. They just like took the engine and just rebuilt the F-104. And I think the name that they call it is a Starfighter. But if this blows up for freaking Sunbury, I won't be surprised because that thing is made from scrap. I haven't seen almost all the cutscenes, so it might shock me.
So, I flew up. Straight up. Through the clouds. Higher into the sky.
For a shockwave... For a shockwave
almost
from it...
touch it.
Oh, God.
Then I saw OCS fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast.
It's not possible to do 30 Gs.
It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Crap. You should have been more invested in this piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
So what I was trying to say before I got interrupted by the cutscene, shockwave in the aircraft starts in the front and ends in the back, but it's always going constantly.
Settle down.
But you can only see the front
Settle
and
down.
back shockwave of the aircraft.
You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usea as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Grays Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft have burned overhead. What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble! All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base!
Man, how the
This
way
is not
that
a
guy
drill!
the way that guy said many injured is so funny. Our call sign is Trigger. That's who you are throughout the entire thing. Well, that's not our call sign. That's our name. But call signs change throughout the entire thing. So, yeah. 20 missions, go through 3 different call signs. Why am I muting myself? And this takes place in 2019, but this isn't like, this is just all made up. It's not, I don't know if it's just true. I already completed almost all the tree for the aircraft, so yeah. Some I think I bought from a pack, like the FB-22 and the F-16XL. Which the F-16XL is just an F-16 with just longer and wider wings, I guess. This is an experimental F-15 that I don't think ever entered service. The ADF-11 is just a drone. Yeah, it's just a drone, but this thing is really good at maneuvering and speed. You can tell by the right. I just have modifications on so that with the fins, air to ground, air to air, stability, mobility, and speed are higher than the blue is. When you see a different shade, that's just some modifications. And the other stuff is whatever. The The blue is the standard. And the thing that makes it longer, that is like green or yellow, is from the modifications. Okay, so the YF-23. Oh, never mind. Okay. The F2 is just an F-16, but it's a Japanese version. I'll go Super Hornet. Everything's all my stuff is set up.
Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Mage Squadron is the first squadron to get to, and the skin that I have is not Mage. It's an actual appreciation to a real squadron in the U.S. VFA 103 Jolly Rogers. You can look it up if you want. It's a reserve squadron.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron, head to runway. Column Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage Squadron.
Mage 2 is our call sign and triggers our name, but isn't our given name, like a birth name or something.
Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation's tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party, but we are faithing you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Hear that? Column Squadron and your wingmen are airborne. Take off and form up with Mage 1.
You should never do that, like, as soon as you take off. If you're planning on going to the Air Force, you never take off, and then just start spinning. And also be careful not to go over Mach 1,
Time to stop the bullshit.
because then your gears are going to break.
Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Going for understood.
This is the AWAC Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. Don't have many escorts.
You go through like 4 AWACS
Expect the worst
people.
and stay sharp.
Wilco. Trigger, I'm your wingman. Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element. You gotta
Says
keep
when
an
you
eye
slow
out
them
for
down.
enemy bombers. Okay, here we go. Looks like bombers have been located. It's showtime, Trigger. Let's see if you can handle the spotlight.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2.
There's a VR version of this
Trigger,
that,
switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy.
so the first 3 missions are like an intro thing. Well, this one is like to get you used for like, to get like your feet wet. So my units are in feet. It was in the not metric imperial system. So the altitude is in feet, speed is in miles per hour. And for the compass on the top of the hood is just for you. So know if you're going south, southeast, southwest, west, northwest, north, northeast, east.
Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2. Mage 2, target's in range. Pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely got his feet wet.
Stole my kill. So throughout the ace combat, you're playing as an ace, and there's multiple aces too. But there's 2 main aces. There's you and someone else. I'm not gonna spoil it. You see him, I think,
Don't forget your special weapon.
in the 7th mission.
Mage 2, missile launch. Mage 2, target down.
You'll knock him out with your special weapon. Use it when you need to.
I use him all the time.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Thank you.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. But you still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece. Skykeeper, this is Mage 1, over. Tally 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Whoa there, Trigger. Settle down. Mage 2,
What do you
maintain your
mean, will
element
they
with Mage
settle
1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Wilco. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
I'm gonna go through probably 3 missions because of how long it takes to go through the cutscenes.
Golem, Mage, 2 new enemy groups.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify.
Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs. I can't tell them apart.
And also, just to let people know, they're gonna say mild language. So, well, not mild, but like minor language, to say. So they're only gonna say like, not a whole lot of the cuss words, but they are cuss. But like the scene where they're cussing before, those are like the main words they're gonna say, and also probably hell. Most likely.
Bomber hit by a missile. Fine.
3 missiles it takes.
Near the harbor. Near the harbor on fire. The harbor is under heavy fire.
Mage 2's bandit confirmed down.
They can burn with their whole payload.
Hesitating for a split second.
Oh,
could be
there's
the
one
difference
more.
between life and death.
There's
Stay
2 more.
sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Oh, come on. This aircraft that is being used is like the one that they use in Top Gun Maverick. There's actually a skin that you can get for Top Gun for this one, and I think as well as the F-14 in here. But
Locked. Special weaponry depleted.
oh, I miss those. But like you had to get the one for the Top Gun, you had to get MVP multiplayer, which is basically be first. But because
One remaining.
I suck at doing multiplayer because I always do campaign, it's difficult for me to make it. So
To Golem and Mage. Job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Good going, Mage 2. Flight Commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie.
oh,
Don't try to
that's
be a hero.
so right
I
there.
want
That's
you to make
flying
it back
behind
in
us.
one
That's
piece
just the
here.
ally.
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
That is one of the aces
Golem Squadron, this is
that
HQ.
didn't
Did you
destroy
confirm any drones?
or
What's the
splash.
deal with all the drones?
Golem 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
Why?
I am Princess Rosa Cosette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Citizens of Erusia.
So, Mage 1 or Clown.
Your call sign is me.
That's either an F2 or an F6 or an F-16C. Cause in here is like the newest generation. It's like generation 4 and 5 aircraft.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You have our thanks.
Did not mean to do that, but oh well. That was just them saying like, something was attacked and we're gonna go check it out shortly or something. I haven't read anything really. I actually haven't seen that thing in like 2 years or something. So I have no idea on like what he actually says there, but I know that it's like they just attacked something.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usea, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usea, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit.
If you can't handle blood, you might want to look away.
Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. in case you were wondering. Yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
I am Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Osean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Alright. Oh. Here's a briefing.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Grays Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Alrighty. So, what do we got here? Alright, I'm gonna need the A10.
Squadron, sortie, ASAP.
Uh-oh, oops. I did not realize I had that skin on. Okay, so when you first get the game, and when you first start playing it, you can't choose what skin you have. It updates throughout the entire thing, but when you play it a second and then to infinite, basically. You can choose whatever skin to put on.
Current target is on rails, but there's still
I got
military
to take off
vehicles
this
and
skin,
anti-air weaponry.
so...
Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
You'll understand
But,
why.
any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
Why there's like those stripes on it.
these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Whatever.
Yep.
You'll understand shortly of like what that means in like 1 or 2 more missions. Actually 2 more missions.
Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! The radar vehicles are under fire!
Are you kidding me?
Popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Protect the radar vehicle!
Target is down.
Hold on, I want to get everything. I already got the... I already got the Ace skin from here, but I just... I just want to get rid of everything, because then you can get some...
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellite. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
2 targets remaining.
We're just about to go online. Push the plan forward just fast. It's too far from Allied territory.
Trigger, there's 1 more to go.
What do you mean 1 more? Oh yeah, because of the targets. that are in the objective.
Missile evaded.
I thought I got everything. The AH-64s are Apaches, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mage 2, missile away.
The GAU is not made for
The enemy has a lock on you, Mage 2.
air.
Box 2. I'm glued to this one.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission.
Right.
Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Mage 2, locked.
Keep your mind focused.
Column 3, Box 2. No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Here's some feedback from like your manuals in a language we can understand.
C-17 Gold Mask.
Alright, this base is worth destroying. Missile hit. Missile away.
Enemy transport destroyed. There's more.
Break! Break!
All transports have been destroyed, but what were they carrying?
Oh, the distance is also
Targeting gun range.
so yeah.
Careful, the enemy has a lock. 5 targets remaining.
The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Golem 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
3 targets remaining.
That being more noise means that you're locked on, which
Golem 1, box
is self-explanatory, or it is obvious.
Clear 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away!
What the heck? Don't mind, even though the aircraft are more or detailed. Everything else is not very detailed because, well, you're not going to be on the ground.
Wait, they're being launched.
Except for taking aircraft, taking up an airfield.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits
For
confirmed as
PlayStation,
UAVs.
it's L1 and
Bandits are
R2.
drones.
L2 and R2.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It's L1 and L2 and R2 to the high G turn for PlayStation. For the I don't think it's available for Xbox. I can't answer that, and I don't know if it's for, and I think it's on PC, but I never played it on PC.
Confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah.
Well,
Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
R2 is accelerate, and L2 is to decelerate. L1 and R3 are not even like, doesn't have any keybinds, so they're not used for anything.
He escaped into the clouds.
And also, be careful when you're flying in. Yep.
The enemy knows a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase him down and pull the trigger.
I am triggered.
Mage 2, you've iced up.
No, I'm not. Oh, yeah, I am.
So, drones don't feel the G-force, huh?
One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
G-force is a type of force where, like, if you move too much, I mean, if you're going fast and you just hard enough turn, the 1G means it's 10 times your body weight, and as well as the aircraft. So, the higher the number of the G, the more times your body would weigh, and as well as the aircraft. The Super Hornet can, what's the F-18, F and E model? They can, it can reach Mach 9, not Mach 9, that's not possible for aircraft yet. Well, I can't take that yet, take that back, but the X-15 is technically the fastest thing in the world because it uses a rocket engine. The SR-71 reached Mach 6 point something, but its average thing that can go to is Mach 3.53, I think.
The skies are clear.
But,
nice work, everyone. Mission complete.
This can, the F-18 can reach 9 Gs, but that starts bringing stress on the plane.
Maybe the bandits we took down
And
caused some
A-10, I'm not
casualties.
sure. I think it can pull only like 4 Gs.
No point arguing, that's how war is these days.
Yeah.
You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
It's a canopy thing on both sides, so it's yellow joysticks. There is a VR thing for this, so if you have a PlayStation VR, you can hook that up and you can actually be like how you can actually be a pilot and things, but you can only use the controller. You can't use the VR sticks that come with it.
You've given us air. The first barrier keeping us
used
from
to skipping
retaking the
this
space
stuff, I'm
elevator
sorry.
is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
Oh, okay, it's done. Two-pronged strategy. Oh, so we're starting with debriefing now.
The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier, Kestrel II, was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Alright. So there's a lot of things. I have to use the F-22. Or the Su-57. I always use like American-made aircraft because I don't like using the Russians aircraft for some reason. Even though sometimes they're superior, that I hate to admit. But, oh well. Okay, so, I'm gonna use this. Well, let's, oh well. Okay. I got all the skins for this, because, when I was finishing hard mode, I was able to get this one. This, when you splash, the aces for each mission, there's like between 1 to 2, for each mission. And once you splash them, you can get their aircraft skin, and you can use them for yourself, for like multiplayer and campaign. This is a Calamity's Su-57, besides the markings that trigger on it. But yeah. I already... Okay. Don't ask why these are here. I just came in one day and saw these here. So, what did I say away from those? This is the 2nd anniversary, and this is the 3rd anniversary for Ace Combat 7. Then we got the Reaper, 25th anniversary Nugget, and then Werewolf, all of this is just 25th anniversary for the Nugget thing. This is CL13, Mobius 1, Antars, can't pronounce that, Werewolf, and Reaper. Mobius 1 is... You can only be Mobius 1 through the VR thing, I'm pretty sure. So, if you want to be him, good luck. 3 Strikes Nugget. This is for trigger when you're about to see, actually. So, yeah. Mobius. So I'm just choosing the emblem right now. Lopez. Oh no, not that. I know what I want. If you can hear the background, don't mind it. Oh, I haven't used the Su yet, so I gotta... Great tooth. The annoying thing is about the about the campaign is that you can't use the level 2 and 3s of some things, and you can't use these myths right here, which sucks, but it's how the game goes. So. Reduces the log on the scenes. Okay. Okay.
Ready. Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete.
If y'all are fine with it, this is a little spoiler, but this is the last time you're called Mage. So just letting y'all know about that.
Refueling initiated. Maintain your current
Aerial
position.
refueling sucks sometimes.
100.
Oh. Usually you're farther back.
Maintain your current approach.
This is the only bad thing that I hate about doing aerial refueling.
50.
Just because sometimes the slightest jerk can make you go all over the place.
Excellent work, Trigger.
Does it have an internal or external pylon? This is a DC-10 or a that was a DC-10 or a
Mage Squadron, this is the
KC-130.
situation. Gollum and the other bases squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up.
Oh, okay,
Good
so
luck.
it's internal pylon.
Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Gollum 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that
I
pressure.
lied
Trigger
about what I
took to show
said.
the other
That's
guys
the
that
lesson
keep
called
wild
Mage.
and do dirty, dirty things.
On
Once you
accident.
hit one of them, stick to him like glue. Don't let him out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins.
Oh, yeah, I'm not.
Enemy reinforcements. I don't like his odds.
Yes.
I've lost control.
Too bad.
There's a real demon in there. If you can't evade a missile, use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in a 9G turn. They got me.
3 remaining.
Bye-bye F-16.
Clouds are screwing. Detach! We got this. We're well recovered. We need reinforcements now!
Missile launched.
Nice kill.
1
Thank
remaining.
you. I'm gonna just try to
Bandit sighted. Okay, I'm right behind him.
Oh, the airflow. Oh, sweet.
Our radar
I
shows
gotta-
no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
You know, I'm gonna just keep going up.
I haven't even broken a sweat. A rabid dog would know better. Missile incoming! Evade! Break! Break!
Wait, what the hell?
Caution! Missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
Oh, it's Assistant Arsenal Bird. Oh god. Look at the majestic thing. No, it's There's babies. That's stupid. It just reminds me of a video on YouTube that I watched that was funny.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock.
It makes me wonder if you can land.
Just waiting for mission command.
We'll live through this, Trigger.
Thank you. You make me so confident.
These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Because these are MQ-109s. I mean 101s.
These bandits are fast as hell.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the Arsenal bird.
Oops.
Damn it! They shut down Mage 2.
Actually, I crashed. That shouldn't have actually killed me. Oh well.
UAV's closing.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock.
Skeleton 1. What do about that monster?
Break, now!
Just waiting for mission command.
We'll live through this, Trigger.
Find your own target. Watch out, we're running!
These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Damn, they're agile. There's too many of them.
These guys will go down easy.
They can't get a lock.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the Arsenal bird.
What's in that thing? God help us. I'm talking about this keeping up with the drones.
Dodging everything.
Gold Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Look at that light from the Arsenal bird. What's going on here?
Oh.
These bandits are fast as hell.
No, maybe not.
Missile closing!
You got me!
Damn. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help. The hell are we supposed to do?
Status?
Verifying the situation.
Column 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
This is Column 3, Column 2's hit! Status report. Ship, Column 2, do you copy?
Oh my god, this thing is way more sturdy than the one that I just destroyed.
Skeleton 3, break! Break!
Enemy so fast, I can't keep up!
Enemy wants another friendly!
Skeleton 3's lost.
They just keep coming. What's the plan?
Where's that report?
Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
How'd that happen?
What the hell? Caution. All aircraft, stay alert.
Get out of there!
Breaking!
Control ground. I'm breaking up!
Skeleton 2 lost.
We got incoming!
Well, they have no way. The only thing is that the main propeller is always turning on at some point, and it drives me nuts.
Brilliant observation. If they'd noticed earlier, more of us would have survived to hear it.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
Alright.
Loco, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and
It won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
You gonna defeat your ace.
returning home.
Come on.
My watch.
Mage 2, Fox 2. Mage Squadron, you're going toe-to-toe with the UAVs. Good work.
This one's mine.
Retreating aircraft, leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing.
H2, UAV down.
Box 2. That's it, Trigger. They're machines. Don't show them any mercy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was waiting for. Are you kidding me?
H2, target down. More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
The longer it takes, the worse our odds of getting out of here are. Machines don't get tired.
H2 is last
Yep.
man.
My status is fine. Affirmative.
That redoubt that's in the north west is the Arsenal.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey.
Dang
Gargoyle
it.
1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
There's more than I thought.
One bandit. SU-30.
Gargoyle 1, caution, missile! Skykeeper, Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an SU-30. Which wingtips? I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run.
I don't think she was. I'm not sure, but I don't think she was trying to actually dogfight. I think she was trying to
I
get
don't
away.
get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
Hell of a good job, Mage 2. We want as many guys out here as possible.
I'm grateful you're around.
Golem 2, what's your
That's probably like 5 miles out.
status report?
No, 8 miles. Ooh.
Golem 2, get a hold of yourself. Golem 2, get away from the enemy.
H2, support! Somebody! Support!
What is this opera music?
Golem 2, lost.
Shit.
I-14,
where's
come
the one that got
back.
Brownie?
I'm afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry. All UAVs have been splashed.
I said what I had to say. About what? Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Maid Squadron,
Wait a minute.
withdraw.
I swear, there. Yeah, I saw the moon. Hello, person. And I think there's like this, like, some sort of thing where, like, it reads it out to me. And I just had a robotic voice. I said, hey, or something. So I don't have to, like, wait afterwards and try to figure out what the heck.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel
hello,
2 was sunk
Jaden
during the
Requiem.
attack on Farbanti.
I'm going on
Carrier-borne
my
aircraft mistakenly bombed urban
on
areas,
YouTube right now.
and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us.
Seeing who this is.
Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
Well, sorry, Jaden Requiem, you kind of came late because I'm now going to just end the stream because I'm running out of time because I got to go do something after this. So, you feel free to rewatch the entire thing if you want, and hopefully you enjoy it. I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye. The two people who are joining, I'm just ending the stream. You know what? I'm gonna do one more. Just so y'all can get a bit of a feeling.
Here he comes. Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now, compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
Screw drones.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing the stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways.
Excuse me, what did she say?
Russia's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Erusea lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osea's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osea, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osea was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osea down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Erusea, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. Osea's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, According to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
Alright. Mission 04. Strike Eagle. America. Every time I see this, I just think of that one meme thing. And as well as this. I don't use the F-35 too much. Oh wow. That's not needed. The F-35 Lightning II is the Navy version of the F-35 models. You can tell just because of the landing gears, because this is more beefed up. And also it doesn't have like this vent on the back. The F-35B Lightning II is the Marine Corps one because it's a VTOL, and you can see like a little square. You can make a square about like so over where the words are on the bottom, and if you go up like 2 panels, that's where the vent thing is gonna be at. And it does also have beefed gears because it can land on aircraft carriers, and also this will be the engine area will be a bit different because the engine can angle, so you can do the vent. And also the F-35 A Lightning II, it's just the F-35C but with thinner gears like the F-22, because you need bigger gears for an aircraft carrier, while thinner gears might just break on impact when you're going on an aircraft carrier. And also Navy aviation can land on runways with like the Air Force and the Marine Corps. Sorry about that, I was lying. And the Marine Corps. Army, I'm not so sure. They mainly use helicopters and tanks, and the Marine Corps also uses helicopters. But I think the Army has probably some.
Sortie ASAP.
I can't think.
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.